Big updates regarding Gigafactory. The new active suspension feature is already improving, and we end the week with a news segment. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 544 for August 23rd, 2019. This show is sponsored by my supporter Richard. If you're in the market for a Model S, X, or 3, please consider using his referral code. Ask your salesperson to use code Richard174 or go direct to the web link ts.la/Richard174 and pick up a 1,000-mile supercharging credit for your new vehicle. We begin the show at Teslarati, where we got a lot of updates on Gigafactory 3 in China. The first of the updates is that Tesla's newest factory has managed to obtain its first comprehensive acceptance certificate from the local government in record time. This is a first step to bringing the factory online, which leads to the next part of this story, that it is possible that Gigafactory 3 will see initial activation before the end of September. Citing @Ray4Tesla and prolific drone operator WooWavision on Twitter, the Teslarati article notes that the 220 kilovolt power substation that will run the factory is expected to have completed cabling from the substation to the factory and be online in that time frame, thus permitting the trial run of the factory to begin. This would put the factory on track for significant production in Q4 and be, in my personal opinion, one of the greatest feats in the history of manufacturing engineering. But there's no rest for the wicked, because once this is done, it's on to Gigafactory 4. And speaking of Gigafactory 4, it looks like Tesla may have landed on a location for the factory. Teslarati again reports that Tesla is looking at the Lower Saxony region of Germany to call home, specifically in Eden and Emsland. The article states that the region's economics minister, Bernd Althussmann, confirmed that the ministry had shown Tesla potential locations in that area. Tesla also had reportedly approached the ministry previously with the goal to secure a site near the coast, which is true of both Eden and Emsland. A local report from an outlet whose name I'm not going to attempt to pronounce out of respect for Germans everywhere mentioned that the facility would be responsible for 1,000 to 2,000 jobs for the area. Of the factory, Althussmann said, quote, "I would be delighted about the company's commitment and the new jobs it will create in our country. We will continue to accompany Tesla's search positively and promote Lower Saxony as an innovative automotive location," end quote. Seems to be something to this, but as always, this is a preliminary report and no guarantee. I suspect we'll hear more as Gigafactory 3 nears completion. Electrek reports that the new adaptive suspension feature on new production Model S and Model X vehicles is already picking up an update. In the latest firmware update, version 2019.28.3.1, part of the release notes stated, quote, "Ride comfort is improved for high-speed driving. Both standard and sport modes now have an updated suspension damping algorithms to better adapt at speeds above 160 km per hour, 100 miles per hour. To adjust adaptive suspension damping, tap Controls Suspension. As always, please drive responsibly," end quote. Obviously, this is more aimed at our European friends, as nobody in the US should be driving at 100 miles per hour anywhere on a public road for a sustained period. But yet again, Tesla is making its cars better even after you've purchased them. Lastly, I'm bringing a new segment to the table. With a nod to Rob Maurer from Tesla Daily and the inspiration for the creation of his show, and I'm sure I'm probably going to easily get to do one of these a week at a minimum, I'm calling this segment FUDBusters. It could also be called The Rest of the Story in homage to Paul Harvey, or perhaps even a tidbit of perspective if I wanted to stay on brand. But the gist of the segment is that it seems like every week we've got some story that is either A, totally not news, or B, reported one-sidedly in the mainstream media without balanced reporting, which is, their job. Today we have the story of Walmart suing Tesla over fires at 7 of its stores in connection with the solar installations at those stores. The original story from Reuters, and also covered by every other outlet under the sun, tells of Walmart claiming negligence and essentially incompetence on Tesla's part in the installation and maintenance of the systems. As part of the contract for the systems, Tesla was entirely responsible for the installation, maintenance, and operation of the systems per the lawsuit. And in July, Walmart was expecting within 30 days a root cause analysis, compensation from Tesla for damages, and a plan on how to avoid this in the future. The suit claims as of August 15th that Tesla, quote, "still had not taken any reasonable steps toward curing its breaches," end quote. Thus ends the story from Reuters and from many, many other mainstream outlets. And then you get the other side of the story. As with most things, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Thanks to Ask Dr. Stupid on Twitter, we're directed to Tesla's counterfiling in the court, and it's a doozy of a response. On the first page, Tesla counsel responds to the suit, talking about the purpose of the solar agreement, which is that Tesla supplies and maintains the systems, and in return, Walmart enjoys clean power and pays for the use of the equipment and the power it generates. Quote, regrettably, Walmart's breaches of contract, deliberate delay, and bad faith have frustrated that fundamental purpose. Today, all 248 rooftop systems lie idle. Of those, 244 systems are offline not because they're inoperable or unsafe, but because Walmart unfairly seeks to exploit claims it asserted concerning just 4 other systems as a pretext for refusing to comply with Walmart's contractual obligations and for demanding concessions from Tesla on all 248 systems. For over a year now, Tesla has made extensive efforts to accommodate Walmart's inconsistent and shifting positions, repeated delays, and unreasonable demands, all at significant cost to Tesla. My client continues to prefer a business solution to this dispute, but Walmart's conduct has put the parties on a collision course for litigation. End quote. It should be noted, and this is key to this whole dispute, that by shutting down the systems, Walmart is costing Tesla money, because Tesla only gets paid when the systems are generating electricity. And we see because of that, and seemingly because they have a strong counter case, Tesla's counsel is not messing around here. In the 17-page filing, we get the other side of the story that wasn't reported in the initial reports. Firstly, Tesla has been more than accommodating to Walmart. In early 2018, events occurred at 2 of the stores, and despite no obligation to do so or evidence of any danger, Tesla agreed to Walmart de-energizing all of its systems pending inspection. Further down, we see that in July of 2018, Walmart and Tesla had agreed upon an inspection protocol, and after inspecting 64 sites, Walmart, quote, did not engage with Tesla concerning the inspection or reports or provide any feedback on the content or substance of the reports, end quote. Then in September, Walmart hired several consultants, and then wanted to change the protocol for inspection that had already been agreed upon. This took until December to resolve. Walmart agreed that Tesla would complete pilot inspections using this new protocol, and in early January, this was done. Tesla reviewed these results with Walmart consultants who agreed that the sites had passed and then requested that the sites be turned back on. Rather than do this, Walmart wanted a meeting with Tesla at Walmart headquarters on July 25th to discuss the re-energization. But prior to the meeting on January 18th, Walmart wanted to renegotiate every contract signed for the 248 sites, some terms of which would, quote, force Tesla to insure against risks that Tesla did not create and cannot prevent, and expose Tesla to unlimited liability even for Walmart's own misconduct, end quote. Walmart then demanded immediate payment of damages on the 3 sites that experienced property damage, as well as pay Walmart's attorney and consultant fees. Walmart said they would not re-energize any system prior to this, despite not having a contractual right to do this per the filing. The parties met a week later and did not come to a full agreement, though Walmart, quote, expressly authorized Tesla to begin conducting site inspections at scale, raising no issue as to the adequacy of the protocol or the safety of the inspected sites, end quote. So Tesla began again with the inspections and had completed 30 of them as of June this year. In late April, Tesla again pressed Walmart to re-energize the 17 systems it had inspected at that point, but Walmart refused to do so, responding in late May that they wanted more information about the root cause of 2 of the sites that had caused this whole incident, unrelated to those 17 sites, despite the passing of the inspections on those 17 sites that they had agreed to. We then find out that Walmart was not properly paying their consultants, further delaying the agreed-upon work, and then later again, Walmart moves the goalposts once more, insisting that its consultant visit each inspected site to verify work done. Tesla did not object, though, so long as this happened in a timely fashion, and even agreed to pay Walmart's costs of performing the first 30 inspections. But Walmart made no progress on their side, according to Tesla, and again was delaying the process due to the payment issue with its consultant. So in summary here, and please feel free to read the full 17-page legal response in the show notes, Walmart sues Tesla for not providing information it wanted and shuts down solar installations, costing Tesla significant income, while at the same time preventing Tesla from fulfilling that request because it delayed confirmation of that information through its own actions. And then we find out more on the story from Business Insider and what we'll call an interestingly worded article. Business Insider says it found information that a project was undertaken at Tesla to replace solar panel parts that could cause fires. Per its article, Business Insider called this a, quote, stealth replacement, end quote. But in reading the full article, you find out what this really is, at least what it would be called in the automotive industry anyhow, and that is a safety recall. Tesla made an official comment on this allegedly stealth replacement, saying, quote, Tesla honors our commitments to our customers who expect their solar installations to reliably generate clean, low-cost energy for their contract term of 10 to 20 years. This campaign to replace any faulty connectors at these sites is Tesla fulfilling that commitment, end quote. So much for this being a stealth campaign when the company comments on the record about the program. Of course, Business Insider links this to the Walmart story to put a tidy bow on the story. But in the wee hours of the morning, though, Dana Hull of Bloomberg tweeted a joint statement from the pair of companies saying, quote, Walmart and Tesla look forward to addressing all issues and re-energizing Tesla solar installations at Walmart stores once all parties are certain that all concerns have been addressed. Together, we look forward to pursuing our mutual goal of a sustainable energy future. Above all else, both companies want each and every system to operate reliably, efficiently, and safely, end quote. That's it for this edition of FUDBusters. I know it was a long one, but this is just one example of the one-sided reporting that we have to deal with in the coverage of Tesla. And now you have the knowledge to combat this particular FUD. That is it for today's show. Thanks to all of my patrons supporting the show at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. And I want to take a moment to call out a few patrons that actually have modified their pledges upward. I certainly appreciate that. And as always, I'm going to give a special shout out to all the super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They are Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dorian Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morven Ogg, Blake Thompson, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Travis and Cheyenne Rush, Chris Hovis, Craig Murphy, Vicky Kirk, Ricky Johnston, Bien Concepcion, Nathan Garza, Paul Goena, Ed Patterman, and Sunil Joseph. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again on Monday. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.